You've been given VIP treatment to men with economy class behavior. You've been given 5-star first class service to men who won't even leave a tip. This is a sign to increase the price of your presence. Some would call it people pleasing. Some would call it having no boundaries. Some would call it X, Y, Z and the third. I'm calling it a time for change. I don't know which woman needs to hear this, and you just been, for the sake of the relationship and for the sake of trying to overcompensate to cover him while he don't do nothing to cover you, and for the sake of trying not to ruffle feathers or cause too many ripples in the water and not make life harder than it has to be, for the sake of trying to save face for everybody else who's looking at your relationship from the outside looking in, and you don't want to be no issue or nothing like that. Look, stop running clearance rack on your presence while charging premium price for their leftovers, for their scraps. This right here is a sign to the woman who has gotten comfortable, letting somebody else get comfortable, put you last while you continue to keep them first. You burnt out, you stretched in, you tired, you exhausted, you're overstimulated, you got anxiety, you ain't getting sleep the way you supposed to, you ain't doing for yourself like you're supposed to. And the more you keep running, spinning your wheels, the more you're just fluffing up their pillow as they kick back and watch you run yourself into the ground. Your presence isn't a free sample. It's a luxury experience somebody should be willing to pay a premium for. I don't know who needs to hear this. I'm looking at these DMs. I'm looking at these comments. Anytime I post something, you know, there are people that will hit me up and they'll be vulnerable and they'll say, D, this is what I'm going through. Can you help me with this? This is what I experienced. Can you help me with that? But then sometimes it's folks, and I know it's like, maybe I don't see the DMs and you just put it in the comment section because maybe I'll see it there. And guess what? I've seen quite a few of y'all who are telling me your story, and it's crazy to me how you're so afraid to raise the cost of access to you because you're afraid to run away bargain hunters. That's all you're going to run away. Let me bring y'all a little closer. That's the only type of man you're going to run off, you're going to scare away whenever you raise the cost of what it means to get access to you. You're only going to run away somebody who is looking for a bargain. If I'm making sense to anybody, because I know this is an unpopular message in a day and age where everybody wants women to humble themselves, put I down in the chat if I'm making sense to you, though. If what I'm saying sounds right, if it's making sense to you, if by your own experience you know there's truth in what I'm saying so far and you understand what I'm saying, you with me, please put I down in the chat so I know I'm not talking to myself. Celeste, she says, I've been watching you forever. When I was done and alone, I found my alpha male. That's what I'm talking about. I try to tell people. And I just put the link to the masterclass I did that gives a more specific roadmap for those of y'all who want to find your alpha male. But shout out to you. Let me see again. Celeste Laura, shout out to you. You're one of the 15,000 women that I've gotten testimonials for. I'm losing count at this point, who have gotten their alpha male by getting in position. And that's a completely separate conversation, so I won't get into it here. But if you want the masterclass where I break that down, comment the word secrets, and I'll send you access to my masterclass where I give you the keys. If you're in the market for an alpha male and you're tired of dealing with these guys who don't appreciate your presence, comment the word secrets. I will send you the masterclass free so you can be somebody in my comments talking about how you got your alpha male next. I put the link down in the comments as well. But back to what I was saying. When you raise the price of your presence, when you raise the standard, the cost of what it means to have access to you, yes, you're going to run away bargain hunters. But you're also going to attract investors, serious investors. And you see, there's two types of approaches a man is going to have when he's on the dating scene. Either he's looking for a bargain, he has a shopping mentality, what I call it, or he has an investment mentality. Shopping is, I just want to try on every shirt. I want to try on every pair of pants. I just want to try on. Maybe I do buy it, but then maybe I take it back. Or maybe I buy it, but I still want another one. That's shopping. But when a man is mature and he's an alpha male and he's evolved and he's principle led, not pleasure seeking, not pain driven, but he's principle led. He has an investor's mentality. An investor's mentality says, okay, I know what criteria I have. And once I find something that's in that, I'm going to create equity in this thing by what I put into it, and I ain't going nowhere else. I'm not looking all around. I'm trying to make this everything it possibly could be. That's an investor. That's the kind of man that you attract by raising the price of your presence. Now, with that being said, I need y'all to ride with me just for a second. Because I understand that some of this is counterintuitive, and if you've been operating in a certain capacity for a very long time, this is going to sound like cuss words to you. But the truth of the matter is, free and easy gets you used and forgotten. Expensive and exclusive gets you valued and remembered. Let that sink in for a second. Scarcity creates value. Over availability destroys that value. That's the same for anything and everything in the world. People simply treasure what they have to earn, and they discard what they can just continue to get without any effort. You know that to be true. But let's say in a relationship context, you always available whenever he calls. You're always free. Whenever he wants to hang out, you're always understanding. Even when he cancels plan at the plan, he has now learned that your time has no value because accessing it requires no real investment. Meanwhile, he'll make elaborate plans for his friends whose time he respects because they've shown him it's limited. It's valuable. Why is it that you feel like it's a reflection of your loyalty to let this man run all over you and place no value on your time, your energy, your presence? If I'm speaking facts, put facts down in the comments. Put facts. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. But if I'm speaking facts, put facts down in the comments. You've been auditioning for that role of girlfriend, maybe even wife. For men who aren't even casting directors. Stop performing for dudes who have no authority to actually give you what you want. It's a lot of dudes out here who want to be in a marriage and want to have a wife, but they're not husbands. They have no authority. They don't actually have capacity. They don't actually have what it is you're looking for. Elizabeth says, this is pre-recorded. No, it's not. This is not pre-recorded. I am live and direct. And see, you got to be mindful, Elizabeth and others. Don't let those old patterns of you settling and being comfortable with the bare minimum throw up your suspicions and your guard and your defenses, because what I'm saying is going to ruffle your feathers. I told y'all that when I first began. Yes, what I'm saying is going to step on your toes if you've been under the boots of men who don't appreciate you. This is why I say, look, share this right now, please, and comment shared when you do, so I can shout you out and show you some love. So we can get more like-minded people in this conversation who get what I'm saying. Everybody ain't going to get it. It's going to go over some people's heads, it's going to piss some people off, and they're going to tune out, which is fine. But the truth of the matter is, you ain't got to like it. This is just what it is. Tryouts are for people who have positions available. If you're going to do any trying out, not for somebody who just wants some entertainment. You over there cooking for this man, cleaning his place, you supporting his dreams. You meeting his needs, acting like his woman while he's still finding out what he wants. Because he doesn't even have certainty about what he wants in his own life. You're doing the job, but without the title, the benefits, or the security. For that matter, he gets girlfriend, sometimes even wife treatment while he maintains his bachelor freedom. You can't keep working for a free position that he hasn't even offered you. Or rather, should I say, for a position that should be paid, but you can't keep working for free in that position. Meanwhile, he hasn't even offered it to you. That means you also got to stop treating your boundaries like suggestions and start treating them like the entrance fee to your energy. Basically, these got to go from being options to something that's a requirement. Jack K. Hardy, appreciate you sharing, love. Michelle Wilson, you too. You too. I see you. I see you. Crystal. Yeah. Your boundaries are not suggestions. Boundaries without consequences, they're basically preferences. And preferences get ignored by ungrateful people. That's what that means. Every boundary violation should come with an automatic price increase until you tell that man to get up out of your store. Gillian, Kathy, I see y'all. Every time he violates your boundaries, that should hike up the price. And after a few times, get out of my store, sir. You can't afford to be here. You can't afford nothing that I got for sale. You can't afford nothing that's on these shelves. You can't afford what's going on here. You're not my ideal customer. I need you to leave the premises immediately or else you are trespassing, sir. Straight up. You told him not to text you after midnight because you need your sleep. You value your sleep, and then you already know how the conversation is going to go after a certain hour. But he continued doing it. And you continued responding because you didn't want to seem so difficult. But each time that you accepted a boundary violation without consequence, you taught him that your limits are negotiable and your comfort is optional. This is how you end up with a man who wants to give you the bare minimum in exchange for abundance. Iris, I see you. This is how you end up with a man like that. You see, we teach people how to treat us. We train people according to what we tolerate and what we don't. This ain't about tit for tat. This ain't about manipulation or playing games. This is literally about consequences, cause and effect. If there is no effect to this man violating your boundaries, what's going to cause him to regard them the next go round? You tell me. If he's getting premium access to you for the cost of a basic subscription, you can't wonder why he's acting like he's just not impressed. Because you're undervaluing yourself, which is only training him to undervalue you. Men do not appreciate what they don't work to obtain and sustain. Emphasis on and sustain. It's not about the catch, it's about the keep. You giving him your best energy, your deepest thoughts, your body, time, emotional support, but you're letting him casually date and keep his options open and treat you like you're just one of many. He cannot appreciate premium treatment when he's paying discount prices. The value is going to be determined largely by the cost, not just the quality. It would be nice if it worked that way, but that's just not how it goes. Think about water. That's the most essential thing on earth besides probably air. But because it comes so freely in America from tap and water, like we'll forget it's even on. We'll forget the water hose is on. You know, we swim in it. Don't give a dang about it. And like you might forget the water's on upstairs sometimes, or your kids might. You don't think nothing of it. You don't like some water that you taste out of in the cup. You throw it on out. Even though the quality of it, and maybe it don't taste so good, but understand the quality of the substance itself is necessary. It's a necessity for life. Yet diamonds, you ain't dropping no diamond. You drop a diamond, I don't care if you drop it outside in the grass. You gonna look for that diamond. You gonna search. Can't nobody come in that part of the yard. You gonna look for that diamond because it's exclusive. It's rare. It costs something, right? Even though diamonds are not necessary for us to live, But you're going to put forth a whole lot of effort to get it, even over something so essential as water. A lot of y'all are an essential nutrient. And you keep thinking, the more I just become more essential and more beneficial, the more somebody's going to value me. That's not how human beings work. You have to raise the cost. And I know that sounds scary because then it's like, well, who's going to want to date me in this day and age if I have such high costs? Premium buyers, investors, AKA alpha males. Alpha males. Why? Because alpha males have already invested in themselves so much, they're not even available to what's cheap. They're not available to the clearance rack. They only want what is also premium and worthy of their investment. That's all alpha males are even available to. And when they get that which is already valuable, they're only going to invest more to increase the value so both of y'all can contribute equally and be equally yoked and get to your purpose together. That's how alpha males work. Y'all be dealing with these little boys, man. I'm telling you. And it ain't about an alpha male being perfect. It's just a completely different paradigm he's in. He's operating differently. He goes by something different. He's submitted to something different. That's all. So if he does do something wrong, an alpha male takes accountability. His heart posture is different. He's not ruled by his ego and his pride and his flesh. He's not. He's accountable to something that protects your best interest. Not that comes at the expense of your best interest. So a lot of times when y'all feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're trying to get something across to this man and he just don't care, or he go right back to the same old behavior, it's because he's not submitted to something that protects your best interest. Only an alpha male is. And it's not rocket science to attract an alpha male, but you do have to have the right strategies. Which not going to come to you naturally. Why? Because not because you're dumb, but because you've been taught to put so much value in you becoming the best you could possibly be. Basically being the most valuable, clean, healthy, life-giving, sustaining water, which is great. But no matter how great you are, you have to be in position. You have to be in position. That's what I taught in my masterclass. Secrets to attracting, not chasing, attracting alpha males only. I gave away the strategies, by the way. And it's more of a conversation than I can have right here. About an hour long. I broke it down. If you want access to that full masterclass right now for free, comment the word secrets. I'll send it to you. Free, by the way. And I go in depth. Don't hold nothing back. I put the link down here in the comments as well. But back to what I was saying. You so afraid to be mean and the bitter girl. No, you're not mean for having standards. You're being smart by protecting your peace. This allows you to have something left over for when you start using the right strategies to attract alpha males so that you can actually remain equally yoked with them. I'm going to be real with y'all, and this going to really piss some people off, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but there are so many amazing women that allow the wrong man to mishandle them. To the point where when they actually do get in front of an alpha male who would love them and cherish them, they ain't got nothing to give to them. They ain't got nothing to give. I know this one is tough. But I done got messages from women that now that they met a good man, they so banged up with trust issues and trauma and an inability to open up. They banged up, man. Anger. Unresolved anger, they can't control their tone, and they remember a day where they weren't like that. And of course, at this point, they only in sabotage mode unless they can somehow expedite their healing, in which there are ways to do that as well. But if you're listening to this right now, don't wait until that time. Don't let a man, mess you up, bang you up, etc. If you got a BMW, and you trying to sell it, you already know you can't just let somebody come and run the tires bald and, mess up the transmission and smoke in the car, because you got to maintain a condition for the buyer that you actually want. If you want to sell it, if you want to get it off the market, you don't care how premium a car is supposed to be if it's in horrible condition, right? And yes, I discussed that in the master class as well, because some of y'all also got to work on the condition before you get in position for the alpha male. It's too much to go into here. Again, comment secrets. I'll send you access to it. The link is down here in the comments. Adrian says, thank you for your help through my 20-year divorce. Wow. I hope you weren't divorcing for 20 years, but either way, 20-year divorce or divorcing after a 20-year marriage, either way, I'm glad I could help. But those that want to help themselves, this is for you. An alpha male, a man who truly values you, is never going to complain about the price that you charge. He's going to be grateful. He's putting the work on himself to be able to afford those prices. An alpha male is going to see your standards as guidance to loving you, not obstacles. Quality men appreciate quality requirements. It's only the low value men who resent them. Only the low value men, broke men, bankrupt men, men with negative account balances who are going to resent you for charging a premium. Just keeping it real. If you ran an airline and you got first class seats, I promise you, those that got first class seat money ain't tripping on what you charge. Only those who only can get the coach probably shouldn't even be taking a flight nowhere, are going to be pissed off and complaining. So this is a sign. I don't know who needs to hear this. This is a sign. Increase the price of your presence. Stop running clearance sales on your attention for dudes who should be paying premium prices or being made to get up out of your store altogether. Your time, your energy, your access, those are all luxury experiences. They deserve luxury treatment. And when you know your worth and price yourself accordingly, you attract those investors that can afford you, not bargain hunters. Those are just my thoughts, though. Y'all know I'm your internet big bro. I get passionate about this because I'm tired of seeing the dynamic where good people ain't finding good people. And even worse, when some good people don't even believe there's somebody else out there for them who can treat them good. But if you found anything that I said to be true, and only if you found something I said to be true, find a little arrow down here and hit the share button so you can pay it forward. Somebody on your timeline, one of your friends, family members, co-workers, etc. They might need to hear this message at that exact moment. You find that little arrow and hit that share button. And that good karma gonna find you every time. But again, I'm your big bro. Hope this was of value to you. If you got value from this and you want even more, I'm cool with it. Be greedy, baby. Hit the link down in my comments. I pinned it. It'll give you access to an hour-long masterclass called Secrets to Attracting Alpha Males Only, where I break down how to position yourself to attract the man that deserves you, not just the man that wants you. Or you can comment secrets, comment the word secrets, and I'll send it to you for free. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be good.